Let's jump right into this explainer. Look, we have all been there. You open up your banking app, hold your breath, and just stare at the screen, feeling this massive wave of intense anxiety. You worked so hard, right? Maybe you even just got a promotion or a raise, but you're still looking at absolute zero in savings. Man, it is incredibly frustrating.
Because living paycheck to paycheck, it's this visceral, heavy stress that just completely drains you. You make a decent salary, yet somehow it feels like they're constantly drowning in everyday costs. The second that paycheck hits your account, it's like poof, it instantly evaporates into rent, utility bills, and all those random expenses that just never stop piling up.
Basically, you're caught in the classic 20s trap. You've got high aspirations, you want to actually enjoy your newfound financial freedom, but the harsh reality of inflation is actively eating away at your hard-earned money. If we don't take control right now, this trap can literally ruin your 30s before they even start. So today, we're breaking down the most urgent money habits you need to build a rock-solid foundation. If you truly want to save money in your 20s, you have to fundamentally change how you operate.
So let's get into habit number 1. Track it or lose it. Because here's the undeniable truth, guys. Without a clear plan, your paycheck is just going to vanish. You absolutely cannot manage what you don't measure. To fix this instantly, we're going to use one of the absolute best personal finance tips out there, the 50-30-20 rule. It's an amazingly simple but highly effective budgeting method that categorizes your spending. The real beauty of this framework is that it ensures you don't feel entirely deprived, but it guarantees you don't go broke either. It creates boundaries without feeling like you're in a financial prison.
Let's break this down into real, everyday life. 50% of your net income goes to your absolute bare bones needs. We're talking rent, your weekly groceries, the electricity bill, the complete non-negotiables. Then 30% goes to your wants. And yes, you can absolutely still have your favorite gym membership, those artisanal morning lattes or weekend out with friends, but you strictly cap those wants at 30%. Finally, the golden rule. 20% must go to savings and investments. Setting this up with an automated budgeting app means your emergency fund grows completely in the background, it takes away all the guesswork, and you still actually get to enjoy your life. Moving right along to habit 2, escaping the debt spiral. You know, it is terrifyingly easy to let credit cards and unchecked lifestyle creep totally ruin your 30s. The root of the problem usually starts when we confuse a genuine need-based purchase with aspirational buying. For example, a need-based purchase is buying a reliable used car just to get you to work safely. Aspirational buying? Well, that's heavily driven by social media pressure. It's swiping a credit card you can't actually pay off for a massive luxury high-def TV, or maybe buying a designer Zara bag purely as a status symbol because you want to look successful before you truly are. You end up spending money you simply don't have just to fund a lifestyle you can't afford yet.
And the really crucial point here is that rolling over those credit card bills by only paying the minimum balance is a disastrous, financially fatal cycle. Suddenly, you find yourself taking out high-interest personal loans just to pay off the outstanding dues from that luxury TV or impulsive vacation. This kind of consumer debt is the ultimate dream killer for young adults. It entirely destroys your financial foundation because you're paying for incredibly expensive money. Remember that visceral anxiety we talked about when checking your banking app? Yeah, this debt spiral is exactly what causes it. It keeps you trapped in a perpetual state of financial panic. All right, habit 3 is where things get really fun. The compound interest miracle, which is all about building wealth. Let's completely shift our focus away from defense and talk about playing offense. Mathematically speaking, your 20s are the most uniquely powerful decade you will ever have for investing. Period. And why is that? Because of compound interest. Simply put, this is when your returns generate further returns, creating this explosive exponential financial growth over time. But researchers have actually found a fatal flaw in how young people think. Our human brains just aren't wired to intuitively understand exponential math. We mistakenly believe savings grow linearly. Like, we think saving $100 a month will just steadily add up in a straight line. So we delay investing, completely convinced we can just easily make up for lost time later. But take a look at the massive exponential difference over a 40-year period from this university study on savings growth. That dark line represents depositing $100 a month at a 10% annual return. Now look at the dotted line. That's depositing $200 a month. Notice how the gap doesn't just double, it widens exponentially, literally rocketing into a difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars as time goes on. That visual curve is the exact reason why early, consistent contributions create unstoppable momentum. This brilliantly illustrates the hidden, devastating cost of waiting.
If you delay opening an investing platform by even a few months or a couple of years, you aren't just losing a few years of small gains at the beginning. No, you are literally chopping off the massive, explosive growth at the very end of that 40-year curve. You completely miss out on the steepest part of the momentum and lose staggering amounts of potential money. So setting up an automated transfer into your investing accounts right now, even if it's a super small amount, is absolutely non-negotiable for your future freedom. Which brings us to habit 4, hustle for your future. Time to diversify your income. Of course, saving and investing really only work if you actually have cash left over, right? Simply saving money just isn't enough anymore, especially when high inflation consistently reduces the real, everyday value of your cash. Warren Buffett once famously said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." It's intense, but it reinforces a harsh, inescapable reality. Relying on a single, solitary source of income from your standard 9-to-5 job leaves you incredibly vulnerable. If you lose that one job, you instantly have absolutely nothing to fall back on. But the great thing about being in your 20s is that you have the unique energy and time to learn valuable new skills and immediately monetize them. This could mean freelancing your graphic design skills on the weekends, taking a hobby you genuinely love and selling those products online, or even launching a digital side business directly from your laptop. I mean, setting up an online store today takes a fraction of the time and capital it did a decade ago. Channeling your free time into reading business books and building a side hustle brings in crucial extra cash. And then you can pump that extra money directly into your investments, rapidly accelerating your wealth building. Okay, final step, your 12-month financial transformation. Let's put this into action. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground in this explainer, but look, knowledge without immediate action is entirely useless. To permanently stop that exhausting paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, here are the 3 specific steps you can take today. 1. Set up a dedicated budgeting app using the 50-30-20 rule right now so you know exactly where every single dollar is going. 2. Stop aspirational debt dead in its tracks. Absolutely no more credit card swipes for lifestyle items you cannot afford. And 3. Automate a monthly transfer to your investing platform so compound interest can immediately start working its powerful magic in the background while you sleep. I really want you to hear this and take it to heart. If you apply even these 3 habits starting today, your financial life will be completely different in 12 months. That visceral, heavy stress of checking your bank app, it's going to entirely fade away, and it'll be replaced by the quiet, undeniable confidence of watching your net worth steadily grow. The power is entirely in your hands right now. So which of these habits will you start mastering today? Think about it, pick just one, and take action. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.